Hey everyone, I'm Jack, a 16 years old entrepreneur, and today I want to share an incredible story with you guys. As just 14 years old, as a new immigrant to the United States, I hustled myself into making $1,000 in only 4 months, and here's how I did it. Imagine moving to a new country, not knowing anyone, and figuring out how to make money at just 14. It wasn't easy, but it's worked. In this video, I'll walk you through the challenges I faced, the strategies I used, and the lessons I learned along the way. Trust me, this journey is nothing short of inspiring.
I don't know why, but it just feels kinda flexing right now with some epic rap, lo-fi music. Weird combination.
So I'm not gonna go into a lot of my immigrant story, but generally we didn't come here with a lot of money, and so our family kind of struggle with surviving, like when you're being put into a new environment, basically zero to none resources, and you have to figure out a way to kind of survive, you know what I'm saying? We actually lived with our uncle for the first 3 months, but then in order for my brother also to go into a better school, we moved into a better location, a more expensive one to be specific. There was a post on Nextdoor. Those who don't know, that's like where really the neighbors talked with each other, kind of like social media-ish thing. So there was a Nextdoor post that we have a chance to live with an old lady, also Vietnamese. Yeah, we thought that's a good opportunity, and in return we would help her with her husband, who is a colonel in the United States Navy actually. So you guys probably thinking, Jack, what is so bad about your situation anyway? In reality, it was quite an abusive period of my life. There was a big fight between my parents and the house owner, and I felt really bad because they could have just lived a peaceful life back in our home country, but they chose to move to a new country starting from zero again, just for us to have a better opportunity for our future life. And I remember being really mad at myself for not being able to do anything, but then I realized that I could actually do something about it. So that night, a fire ignited inside of me, and I wrote down my goals. Alright, so I keep almost every of my accomplishments in a white folder. So I actually have it here for you guys to see. So 2021, here before 2021 ends, and I have 1000k subscriber. I actually, as mentioned in a previous video, lost my YouTube channel. Recently I did that. This is just an unbelievable goals, and yeah, this is what my first piece of paper looks like. Eventually it turns into this, and then there's more good looking ones. My current one is over there. My first ever job was helping my biology teacher's mom with her housework. How did I get to that point? Initially, I thought that I can just use myself, I guess, to provide service. I made like a flyer, like telling that I was willing to like do certain amount of chores for people, like washing dishes, house cleaning, vacuum, other stuff. And so I hang those around in the park where I used to live, and like put it on the poles, like light poles. Didn't really work out, I'll be honest, and I tried to hang out those flyers as well to the neighbors. Essentially, I decided to just go to my school and ask the people who I already have a connection with which were my teacher. So I asked my business teacher, I think my math teacher, and then eventually my biology teacher, which she said yes. And so her mom's house is all the way in Santa Cruz. For those who don't know, that's like 45 minutes away from where I live. Each weekend my dad would drive me there, wait for me, that's like 4 hours, 5 hours wait, then just drive me back. I really appreciate him for the support. And I still remember to this day the feeling of holding the first ever amount of money that you make by yourself is just truly indescribable. I'm sorry guys, I really should have a script for all this. I'll promise I'll do better in the next video. Oh, the ducks are swimming again. I can zoom in for you guys to look. Yeah, so the nice thing about this apartment complex is that I get to connect with nature, you know, really help me refresh my mind after studying, after doing work, after editing video. Okay, so anyways, I got into babysitting. It was a close friend of my mom, like childhood friend, which eventually turned into a mentor of mine. She's actually helping me with college apps. Really appreciate her. She gave me all of the knowledge that I need. Yes, so about babysitting, highly recommend for all of you guys who want to start. I guess like you don't really need a lot of skill for it, like as long as you guys are good with kids. And even if you guys don't are not good with kids, just you guys just sit there. Like for me, I try to entertain them. I have like a thing of games. Literally just go on YouTube, Google and search games for kids to play, I guess, and just enjoy playing with them, because you guys gonna have kids anyway. So that's that. I get paid like 120 for an 8-hour work. Pretty good. So my third job, I think I really have like a lot in between that I try to remember. I remember that I once tried to make it's like Vietnamese food. It's like Vietnamese snack importing to the US and sell it here. Didn't really work out. I have some pictures, I'm pretty sure that I can show to you guys. Didn't really work out. I lost some money on that, but that's fine. Okay, so my third job is actually construction work that I did with my dad. So it was another challenge because our clients were hella mean, I'll be honest. But it was a fun memory. I get to bond with my dad really well. Very cool, I'll be honest. It's unforgettable. I cannot really explain it to you guys by any means, but it's fun. It's not fun. Let's change the word. It's like a challenge, like an obstacle, but when you think about it, you look back, you found joy in it, and you're proud of how much you overcome that, I guess. Anyway, I got some good amount of money from that. And yeah, so my only advice, if you guys really look into this, because you know the first $1,000 shouldn't really be a business, because I'll be honest, coming from someone who have started many business, my clothing brand, my marketing agency that I recently sold, a lot of other ventures that I kind of failed. You need capital if you really want to make it work. I had a charity organization which I put some of my capital amount in it, and it's actually took off because there was a reasonable loss at the start, and so that's how we operate. I guess I don't know. I really should have a script for them. So sorry for you guys. Alright, so I want to talk about the importance of having good habits and sticking with it every single day, building discipline in general. So for me, before I was like hella motivated, like there was like a fuel inside of me
burning a desire in order to achieve success as soon as possible. And I was naive. I was like that one kid who want to prove to the world that he's the best. So, which is not a wrong mindset. I think it's pretty good. Anyways, so I started with waking up at 4:30 a.m. because I was scrolling on Instagram and I saw a lot of posts about that. So I actually give it a try, and I actually stick with it for 3 months until my health started to decline. And so, which is not a bad thing. It's just I didn't sleep early enough. Anyway, so waking up early, I did some stretch, then I did some push-up, then I sit on my chair and start doing research. And I was also reading, and I think I made breakfast, and then all of those brushing your teeth, using the toilet, shower stuff before going to school. Really productive morning, I guess. Right now I don't wake up that early. I wake up at 6:30, do my SAT, go to school. The point I'm trying to get into is for me, I have my 5 habits. I talk a lot about these in all of those videos because I'm really a big guy on discipline. So I read. Back then I started reading. It was 8 pages a day. Now I'm just doing 6 because I found it like the perfect amount for me. Maybe I will increase it in the future. Learning something new every single day. For me, it was language, my Duolingo's lesson, journaling every single night. Before I was writing on hand, but then I got an app, good investment, and then I also have my responsibility, which I do, and working out and stuff like that. So definitely, aside from your financial goal, you should also have your self-discipline and all that habits as like extra goals for you to complete. Alright, my last advice for you guys. Oops, sorry, the camera. Alright, so my last advice for you guys is just invest in yourself. We are young, especially if you're 13, 14. The target of this video, I guess. You guys are still young. And my biggest thing that I'm proud of at that age is I bought a lot of books. I use, I don't know, like 10-15% of that amount. Like back in the day, now I'm using like even more amount to buy myself books that I can read. I actually signed up for some courses online too. Some related to my education, some didn't. But I still think that those are really useful. And as well as like even apps that works. I have a diary app helping me journal every single day. A money saving apps called Moneyfy. Alright guys, so what I have here is Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert T. Kiyosaki. It's really the first ever financial book that I really read about, and it's really the first book that I actually read like deeply and annotate. This is actually the book that started my like reading habit of me forcing myself to read at least 6 pages a day. At least I try to. Sometimes I skip it, I'll be honest, but I always try to do that. And so the biggest lesson that I learned from this, oh sorry, there's a bunch of ducks around my pool. So the biggest lesson that I learned from this book is that money is like a tool. It doesn't directly give you happiness, but it does give you freedom, and what you do with that freedom will essentially give you happiness. If you are starting out, highly recommend reading, annotating this book. Really helpful. There's also a bunch of other good ones like The Psychology of Money. I also read that a while ago. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Really like that one also. But yeah, this is really beginner friendly, and that's all. Thank you guys so much for watching until the end. And lastly, I want to say, you got this. You can do it. If I could do it, so do you. We are really no difference, alright? I'm just someone who put himself out there, someone who stepped out of his comfort zone. And you can do that too. You will be able to achieve anything as long as you put 100% of your effort and you genuinely believe that you can do it. And you know, and even if you fail, which I have failed hundreds of times, alright, it's still better than not trying at all. Seriously, it's still better than not trying at all. And so just get out there, bro. You got this. Alright, lastly, have a nice day. Hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.